Hi pals, welcome to the channel. Today we are doing our February recap. So that's gonna be everything I made, everything I worked on, everything I read, everything I wrote, everything, all my book mail, and all the videos I recorded. There's 6 things now. We just keep adding more to them. Now with it being February, I did not make nearly as much as I had hoped, but that's also not really because it was a shorter month, but because I ordered all of my yarn for all of the rest of this year's designs, and it all arrived. So then of course I had to start like 6 projects. So there's a lot of whips, there's 2 finished projects, and then lots of books. So I'm gonna show you what I finished first, and then we'll just go from there. Okay, so the first thing I finished is this little miniature D&D dice bag. It's just a little bag that you make. It's my free pattern on my website, and then I also have a YouTube tutorial now of how to make these, and this is what I made. That came out this month. So yeah, go check that out. I have it linked below. And then it's probably one of my most popular patterns. It went viral on TikTok, and everybody kind of went hard, which is why I made a tutorial video like 5 years later. But yeah, so go check that one out. And then the second thing that I finished is actually a pattern that's coming out in this month, so not next weekend but the weekend after that, and that is my patchwork crochet scarf. So it's kind of hard to see, but I got this all wrote up, I got it designed, I got it made, I got it ready to go, and I'm going to show you how to make it. I'm so excited. I love this scarf. That's why it's kind of like wrinkly already, because I've worn it out like 6 or 7 times since I made it, just because it's cozy and cute, and I get compliments on it all the time. But yeah, that's all I made this month, like finished wise. I worked on a ton of things, which I'm going to show you next, but yeah, I only finished 2 things. So in the months coming up, if it seems like I'm finishing a lot of things, it's because I started a lot of things. So yeah, but let's get into all the things I worked on. Okay, I think we only have 2 like repeat projects that I've just been working on continuously. And the first one is, I don't want it to like fall off. Do I have this on needles currently? I do. My mohair sweater, which is getting bigger. It's just not like really done yet. You can't really tell what it is. And then the other project that I've been continuously working on is my granny square blanket. We got a couple more rows done. I think I only have like 5 rows left, and then I get to finish seaming it. So I'm hoping to get that done, probably not this month, but because I have a couple big things that I need to get finished, but maybe by summertime. We'll see. But yeah, those are the 2 that have just kind of been like going with me for the last couple months, and everything else is brand new. I mean, my temperature blanket I technically started like at the very end of last month, maybe the beginning of this month, or beginning of February, but anyway. Speaking of temperature blanket, I have the first 8 hexagons made. This was from last week. I got this one done. I just have to weave in the ends, and then I'm going to start seaming them together. So, it'll be like the first 2 rows, and I'll have the pictures. I'll put them up on Instagram as soon as I get them done. But if you look, I'm like lettering them so I can keep track of what number they are. I don't have number beads, I only have letter beads, so it's just like A, B, C, D, E, F right now. But yeah, so I'm working on my temperature blanket. So that is, I'm just doing 1 hexagon a week, so it's not that hard to keep up with. So I'm really enjoying that so far. So my next project that I'm working on, this one comes out I believe in May. So last year I made this like retro style like V-neck tank top, and I liked it. It was fine, it was great, but like it didn't fit right, and like it wasn't sized properly or anything like that. So I'm reworking it right now. So I got different yarn. I have the first panel made, the second one sitting in front of me. I just have a couple more repeats left. But I think I have the sizing and fit figured out. So this one's coming in May. Make sure you're signed up for my newsletter if you're not, because when I do release patterns, I give all of my newsletter like subscribers a little surprise or a present, or sometimes it's free. So yeah, SamBartley.com, sign up for my newsletter. This will be coming out in May. Next month, I have my Lakeside cover up. So this I designed back with Lion Brand, oh god, in 2017, 2018. And it's this really pretty cover up, or dress, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm reworking that in a different yarn because the yarn that I used doesn't exist anymore. Oh, there are my scissors. Anyway, so I've got the first panel. I need to make 3 more, and I'm already on second one. So I've already made a couple of these. This is just like my final, like putting all my notes together, making sure it's good to go. But yeah, so working on that, and let's see what, oh, I have everything like surrounding me right here, and none of it is in order, so it's fine. And then I also started this. Oh, you can kind of see it. It's a knit scarf for my partner. It's a design that I'll be having come out in probably November, I think is when I have it scheduled for. But I just really wanted to start it. I thought it was really cool, and yeah, so I started it. And I really love the yarn. But I did that one, and then this one is like my personal project. This isn't my pattern. This is Barley and Flax's pattern. It's called the Rom-Com Cardigan. Let me make sure I don't undo the needles as I whack things. I have the back panel done, and I've started on the front, the first front panel. Started on that. So look at how pretty, look at these though. I made these cables. I did that. It's the first time I've ever knit cables before. Well, that's a lie. I did like 2 swatches. They were like this big, tried it out, and this was like 4 years ago. So I would say I'm not an expert in cables, and I think I did pretty good. But yeah, I think that is all. Technically, I also worked on like my sock. I think there was something else, but I like barely did anything on them, so I'm not even showing them. They don't count. But yeah, so let's get into what I read last month. Okay, so thankfully all of the books that I read last month were 5 stars, so I'm really excited about that. I read 8 total books. So the first 2 I'll show you are my physical books. These are also my book mail, some of my book mail books. But I have Scythe and Sparrow, Bryn Weaver. This is the 3rd book in the Ruinous Love Trilogy, yep. And adored it, loved it, super good dark romance, really, really cleverly written. I loved this one. And then we have Rebel Witch. Rebel Witch is the 2nd book in the Crimson Moth series. Heartless Hunter is the 1st book, Rebel Witch is the 2nd. I got to arc read this. I can't, like, get the first one, then get this one, read them, love them, absorb them, and then DM me about them, okay? Okay. And then the other 6 were all ARC reads, and they were all on my Kindle. So I have Nevermore. This is book 2 of the Till Death is the first one, Nevermore is the 2nd one. Another, like I said, all of these are 5 stars. Love this one. It's incredible romantasy. Very, very cool. Flirting with Disaster, that was my book club read. It was incredible. Love, love, loved that book. It was a rom-com, second chance romance. Loved it. Live for Me, dark cowboy romance. Brittany Ann can do no wrong. I just love her. Woodworking was a super cool transgender fiction book about a transgender teacher and their student who is a senior in high school, and their like growth and development together. It's not any, I don't even know how to explain it. It's not what I expected. It was really impactful and powerful to me. I don't know if that's because of my gender or like how I identify, but it was a very, very cool book. Love that one. It comes out this month. And then my last one was called My Big Fat Fake Marriage, and that is obviously a fake marriage trope. Super cute rom-com, and this one comes out this month as well. But I loved that book. It was so cute. Very, very fun. Cinnamon roll main character. I loved it. But yeah, those were the 8 books that I read this month, and then I'm just gonna reach over. So for the rest of my book mail, it's kind of my book mail from like January, February, because like 2 of these books came in at the end, and then the rest of them came in February. I did get 3 copies of Onyx Storm, so we're not going to talk about that. And then I had got my copy of Immortal. This is my Fairy Loot subscription. So this was for my January box that I opened in February. I should be getting my February box that I open in March, like tomorrow, I think, or Monday, I think. But yeah, so Immortal, that was the only other one I bought. The rest of these all came from publishers. So these first 4 are all from Gallery Books. I got No Rest for the Wicked. This one looks super, super good. I got Halo, which, if you know my history, I worked for the game studio that created Halo. It was my first console game. I love Halo. I love the series, so I'm really excited to read this one. I got The Paradise Problem, and this one sounds super cute. And then I got Grace of the Empire State, which is not something I would have picked up, but like I'm interested in the story, so I'm really excited that I got this one. But like I said, these are all from Gallery Books. And then these last 2 are from Source Books. So I got The Undoing of Violet Claiborne, which this one's like set in 1938, so like I'm kind of stoked about that one. And then I got We Rip the World Apart. And so this is, again, not something I would have picked up on my own, but like now that I've read it, like read the synopsis and everything, I'm like, why wouldn't I have picked this up? Like, this sounds incredible. So I'll have reviews and things like that all up on my blog and on my Instagram as soon as I get through them. But yeah, that was all my book mail for the month. And as for the last couple things, I had a couple blog posts go out. I did a temperature blanket update, which I also have a video on, and then I did the D&D dice bag tutorial video, and then January's recap as well. All of those come with videos. I did take a week off from content just because I got a promotion at work, and it was my first full week of doing that job, and I was a little bit tired. So yeah, we did that, and March is packed full of stuff. March, April, and May are wild coming up. I have so much content and so many things to show you. Ton of patterns coming out, a ton of tutorials. I have a collaboration with Hobby that I'm stoked about. They just accepted one of my designs. So yeah, keep an eye out on my blog, on my newsletter, and on my social media, and I think that's it, y'all. I will see you in the next video. Bye!